Partnerships Matter is a video series where we speak to thought leaders from our partner ecosystem here in Singapore. Today we have a very special guest, Shwetank, who leads data services for Rackspace, one of our cloud services partners. Shwetank, it's very nice to meet you and thank you for the partnership.
It's a pleasure to see you again, Kevin, and thank you for having me.
Can you share with us a little bit about the kind of work that Rackspace is doing for customers here in Singapore?
Sure. Rackspace started back in the day in 1998, focused on hosting for our customers. We've since evolved into helping customers move to the public cloud. We have, over the past couple of years, built up our competencies both around infrastructure management, around DevOps. We've been making investments in security over the past couple of years. And with the acquisition of Just Analytics, which is where I come from, we have built up a lot of deep capabilities in the Azure Data Stack.
We realize that managing complexity around data is top of mind for many of our customers, and we also recognize that Rackspace has been investing in that area for quite some time. Can you share with us a little bit about the kind of challenges that you're seeing customers experience and the kind of solutions that Rackspace has to help customers address these issues?
Sure, and I'll maybe break that down into two parts because we see this complexity, one from a technical perspective. So there's complexities around the different veracity, volume, and variety of data. These are complexities which are more easily fixed by the tooling that is available on Azure on the data platform. And Rackspace has a number of different IP-based solutions which help our customers speed up how quickly they're able to deploy those. But the second challenge, which we are seeing more generally and more globally with customers who have been using data for longer, is more around the governance side of things. Because as we get more data in the cloud, we get more number of users building more data products. How do you secure that data? How do you catalog that data? How do you prevent duplication of data? How do you ensure people are able to find the data in a governed manner? That is really where the challenges come in. And that is where some of our day zero, day one, and day two services around either doing strategy, doing migration or implementation, or actually doing sprint-based work together with the customers on teams come into play.
Thanks, Shwetank. That's really exciting to hear. Can you share with us some specific examples with customers in Singapore that you guys have worked on?
I'll give you two examples. And the first one, I'll take a digital native. This is a ride-hailing platform around this region. As with most digital natives, they started doing a lot with data because they had a lot of data already on the cloud. But that also meant that you had a lot of different tooling, a lot of different people using different methodologies, different storage tooling, different computational tooling, etc. And that built up a lot of technical debt. So how do you ensure that people are able to leverage, users are able to leverage what already exists, build up new data products, build up new analysis? And that's where what Rackspace did was focus on how to pay down that technical debt and migrate this customer over from another cloud over to Azure. But in that process, standardize the architecture so that we could have easy user-based tooling, but then also standardize the data models and the data sets itself so that users were able to easily find data, build out their own analysis without having lots of duplication, etc. The second example is a more traditional organization. So this is a Swedish furniture maker, although we're working with them in this region of Southeast Asia. They had a legacy data platform which was running on-premise, running in VMs in their data centers, and they were coming up to the capacity limitations that typically come together with any analytical workload because of the elasticity of these workloads. And that's where we actually took them through the entire journey. One of the things our CTO says is we want to meet the customer where they're at. So we started with our day zero services to define the strategy about what would be the target architecture, what would be the steps required to get there, what would be the competencies within the organization required, as well as what Rackspace could provide. The day one services to actually do the migration, move their data sources, the ingestion of that to the cloud in an incremental manner using CDC and the lot. And now we're essentially doing the days two services, which is working with their teams integrated together as one on a sprint-based model, actually building new data products for the organization.
Thanks, Shwetank. That's great work you guys are doing with customers. Now, it's no surprise that security is top of mind for many of our customers, especially with the kind of breaches that we read about in the newspapers every day. Customers are increasingly more concerned about how they secure their data infrastructure, their applications. Can you share with us a little bit about how Rackspace is helping our customers navigate these challenges and increase their resilience in securing their data?
That's a great question, Kevin. And I think one of the good things that's happened in the last 2 years, both with COVID forcing hybrid work and with many of the breaches that we've seen here in Singapore happen in the on-premise or typically secured locations, is that customers have realized the inevitability of the public cloud and the need to secure everything that is happening on the public cloud. So you're right, one of the key differences that we're seeing now is that instead of security being a checklist that happens as part of the project, security is a day zero activity as part of any data or application project. And what Rackspace is doing is we're trying to blur the lines between infra, DevOps, security, data teams being different. We are setting up pods, what we refer to as elastic engineering pods, where we bring all of these different capabilities into one team. So as we talk about doing strategy or doing assessment or doing build, we're actually doing the build of what the security apparatus, how it integrates into the Microsoft 365 security services or the Azure security services is as core to our strategy, our design as the data platform itself, or how you do DevOps or how you do infra. And this paradigm shift is what we are seeing many more customers come to. In fact, in some of the recent conversations with the Microsoft teams, we have seen that customers are asking for not just data assessments, but security and data assessments to go together because you cannot separate one from the other.
Thanks, Shwetank. Security is absolutely paramount for our customers, and here at Microsoft is absolutely a key priority that we take very seriously as we help our customers digitally transform. Besides security, can you share with us a little bit about the other trends that you're seeing that's top of mind for many CIOs that's potentially keeping them up at night? So
return on investment on data comes from data literacy or data democratization. So a lot of the questions, a lot of the moves that we're seeing from CIOs, CTOs, and CDOs is about how do I manifest all the data and the capabilities that are now coming in to the wider community and the wider user community. And that really is where we're seeing the low-code platform capabilities expanding out. So the rapid growth of citizen data scientists, citizen data analysts, citizen developers, and this is where we see the Power Platform on most of our sort of new engagements. We see customers think about the Power Platform as being a layer on top of a data management tooling, and that is allowing both customers to build out more data products easily and also allowing a lot of users who would not have typically thought about dark data as data, so things like data on websites sitting inside PDFs, etc., thinking about the fact that they can actually use that as part of their analysis, especially with the tooling around RPA, etc., that Microsoft has put in.
Shwetank, thank you so much. We're absolutely seeing a lot of interest from our customers around Power Platform and Power Apps and democratizing their applications and their data. And thank you to the audiences online who've been tuning in to Partnerships Matter. We look forward to sharing with you more conversations like this, where we speak to partners around our Microsoft partner ecosystem here in Singapore. So look forward to sharing more of these conversations with you.